My name is Gay Min. I'm a Singaporean. And I would like to ask Mr. Lee, I would like to ask you a question that I think concerns many Singaporeans. You already referred to it indirectly when you talked about the immigration policy and the fact that you think Singapore can absorb about a maximum of 25, maybe 30,000, I hope I'm not misquoting the number, of foreigners, of immigrants a year. Now, it seems to me that, it's a concern to me and I think to other Singaporeans. When we have new immigrants, after all, Singapore is a society of immigrants, and most of us come from immigrant stock. In fact, all of us, I think, except for a very small minority. So my question to you really is, how strong do you think our sense of national identity, which I believe we do have already? We have a strong Singaporean image now, which, despite the fact that we are a young nation. And I think we could absorb more immigrants if they became more Singaporean. There's been quite a lot of debate on this. Rather than swamped us. There are some countries where there's a very strong national identity. But how confident are you that Singapore has a sufficiently strong national identity to absorb the foreigners?
My assessment is that rationally, Singaporeans do understand that we will need these immigrants, but they do not psychologically accept it because the immigrants don't speak English. And they're discomforted when they see the young migrants working in the kopitiam, cleaning the tables, putting our old ladies out of work, and unable to speak English, especially to our non-Chinese speaking, who feel very uncomfortable. So that is a major factor. I don't think they can learn English in their lifetime enough to become Singaporeans. We have to wait for that to happen with the next generation. Their accents and speech have already been set, and they will speak with the accent and speech of people from China. And many are discomforted by that.
There is a question from, if you allow me, Mr. Lee, from Alex Kennedy from the Associated Press. What do you consider to be the current strengths and weaknesses of the People's Action Party and of the opposition?
No, I'm not here to answer press questions.
From the media.
Anyway, put that to the Prime Minister.
This is a question about income equality in Singapore from Mr. S. Pushpanathan from ASEAN. As Singapore prospers, the income inequality of Singapore is widening. How do you think we should respond to this without impacting our competitiveness?
If you see the developed countries, they enter a phase where the middle class finds its income growth significantly lower than the upper classes. It's partly the result of supply and demand. The upper classes consist of skilled professionals in short supply, and the middle class consists of people with more people than are required by the economy, and therefore they can't command the prices. My worry is that the people at the bottom are being left behind. We've got workfare to look after them. We've got housing to give everybody a home at a subsidized rate so that they own a piece of property which they can find and appreciate over the years. The snag is many of them part with their property and have to camp out at Changi because there are real estate agents who persuade them that if they sell their properties and they're broke, they might be able to get cheap rentals. But if we give them cheap rentals, we'll have more people giving up their properties, and then it's an endless cycle, and there's no end to it. So they're still camping out at Changi, and the lesson has to be learned that you've got this home, it's valuable, you part with it at your own risk. You cannot altogether eliminate income inequalities. I mean, in a free competitive economy, you compare it with the communist economy, where to each according to his needs. In other words, how much hard work you put in, the other fellow can take out as much as you do. And the other philosophy is the capitalist philosophy, to each in accordance to his contribution. Now, I think somewhere in between the two, we've got to find a balance, and you must keep the competitive edge and try and do some wealth redistribution. If you go the other way, the whole economy will tank.
Find a balance. Please, over here, please identify yourself. Yeah.
I'm Harvey Campos. I came from the Philippines. I'm an MPA student last year. I just flew in today from the Philippines. First, I'd like to have an advanced birthday greeting. Your birthday will be on the 16th of September. It will be
a
your
round of
88th
applause
year.
for the happy birthday to Mr. Lee.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I also want to thank you for the scholarship grant you've given me and some of my Filipino students who've been here for the past years. I'd like to say that there was an old adage that says, behind every successful man is a woman. And your wife passed away last year while I was here studying. And I'm just interested to see and to hear from you how supportive your wife was, and in terms of her values and principles, how has she supported you in your career as a leader, and how has her values and...
I'm not here to let my hair down about my family matters. I'm here to discuss public matters.
Yes, I just want to talk about the values and the principles.
No. I've said my wife and I are matters which I keep within the family, not go public on. Full stop.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Is there a question in that corner there? Please. Can you stand up? Okay. At the back, please go ahead. I can't see you, sorry, yes.
Thank you, Mr. Lee. My name is Shunpei Watanabe. It is such an honor to meet you today. So, since you are such an perfect leader...
Where are you from?
Japan, sir. I'd like to ask you this question. If there is any, what is the most regretful moment in your career?
That's a tough question.
No. There are many such moments that I think separation from Malaysia was a very significant setback, which meant we took a different course. We made it, fortunately, but we also left behind in Malaysia a different Malaysia. With us in Malaysia, it would have become a Malaysian Malaysia. Without us, it has become, as you have read from the newspapers, Najib Razak trying to make it one Malaysia, because it's become more an UMNO Malaysia. But it was not to be. I'm not sure Najib Razak will be able to succeed, because Perkasa has immediately come out and denounced him. And the origin of that is the imbalance in the population ratio in Singapore was toughed out.
Do you have any other regretful moments, Mr. Lee?
Many, but I will need my diary to and a research team to look it up.
Yeah.